Welcome students. In topic 3rd of Credit First, I am going to focus on systems of angiosperm classification. Let me know first the points which we are going to discuss in this whole topic were brief history of pre-Darwinian and post-Darwinian classification systems. Afterwards, we are going to focus on phenetic versus phylogenetic systems and use of cladistics in taxonomy. It ends with angiosperm phylogeny group. So today let's focus on first the systems of plant classification. There are the major three systems of classification, which involves artificial classification, natural classification and phylogenetic classification. We will go one by one. Artificial classification, it was 300 before Christ and up to about 1830, and these systems are based on only one or few easily observable characters that may include the habit, where the morphological characters like their tree habit or shrub or herb habit, or sometimes they may use the number of stamens and carpels like floral characters, and this can be easily observable characters. And the best example of this artificial classification system is the sexual system of Linnaeus. He used only one attribute, that is number of stamens, and on the basis of number of stamens he grouped the plants into the 24 classes, as a result of which various unrelated taxa, which are not at all related but similar in one respect, and that is only number of stamens, and that's why they are placed in the same class. So this is the base of artificial system, where they have used the easily observable morphological characters, either vegetative or reproductive character. Now we'll go for natural classification. Here these are based on overall resemblance of many taxonomic characters as possible to group the taxa. And here in natural classification, the Darwin, who proposed the theory of evolution, where he said that all present day plants are related to each other in one or another way. So in the natural classification system, closely related plants should be grouped together, and this is based on large number of characters that are shared by different taxa. So as they are more closely related to each other. Now we'll go the third system, that is a phylogenetic classification system. As in artificial and natural system we have used morphological characters, which may include vegetative or reproductive characters, but after Darwin the new trend has came up, and that is nothing but the phylogenetic, where they have used the taxonomic characters along with the evolutionary characters. So here expressed in the form of phylogenetic trees or sometimes shrubs, showing the presumed evolution of the group. Let me know you one thing, that natural systems are two-dimensional, that is based on data available at only one time, and this also called as the horizontal classification, But in phylogenetic classification system, we are using the third dimension, that is the ancestral history, and that results into the phylogenetic classification. This is also called as the evolutionary classification because it is based on the evolutionary data, that is nothing but the phylogenetic interpretation, or it may also called as the vertical classification. So this is about the artificial, natural and phylogenetic classification. So let's go for the phenetic versus phylogenetic system of classification. The word phenetic, this is the Greek word phenian, means to appear, and this is mainly based on the taximetric. What is taximetric then? This is the character which is useful to classify organism based on overall similarity. This is mainly the morphology, and which is with the observable traits. Here we are not considering their evolutionary relation. So in phenetic classification, we are using the taxa which are related on similarity or difference of character. Here the only choice is the unit character or a single character useful for classification of organism or plants. So the main base of this phenetic classification is overall similarities of the character. Next, that is the phylogenetic system of classification. Here it is based on evolutionary characters along with the observable traits. So here determination of origin and relationship of all the taxa which are extinct as well as the living plant. So this phylogeny gives us the evolutionary history of all the taxa. It functions for taxonomic research at all levels of classification. So this is about the phenetic as well as the phylogenetic system of classification. Now let's have a look in brief about the phenetic and the phylogenetic system. Here we are considering overall similarities, and many of the times we are considering a single character. Here they may or may not be similar, and this similarity either it is based on structure, morphology as well as the characters in phenetic system of classification, whereas in phylogenetic system we are using ancestry and the evolutionary relationship. But the phenetic system is with low accuracy as well as the reproducibility, whereas phylogenetic system is using the evolutionary data along with the morphological data. So accuracy and reproducibility is high in the phylogenetic system. And interpretation of this phenetic system of classification, it is in the form of a tree diagram, and that is nothing but the phenogram, whereas in phylogenetic system this interpretation is called as the cladogram or the cladistics. So this is all about the systems of classification which are based on either morphological data, reproductive data, or sometimes the evolutionary data. In the next lecture we will go for these systems, how they can useful for the further classification of the plants. Thank you.